were talking, and you say that you get a lot of questions from your students about the knee and the hip half guard, or the Z guard, or the Z guard for the Canadians.
Exactly.
So how do you deal with that?
Couple of ways. And it happens just like this, right there. And this can be a problem for a lot of different reasons. You can keep me away, yeah, exactly. You can push me and then pull me back in, all kinds of stuff. So I definitely get a lot of people who ask me about this position. And also, you know, I mean, it is hard to deal with. And so I have several options I like to do. One, if I'm already in and I still, so maybe I was here, and then when I had the pummel, yeah, you put that knee in. When that happens, normally, you're going to have to open your legs for that one. So your feet are going to be open. And what I want to do is that same windshield wiper motion, I'm going to hop away, and I'm going to do that same cartwheel again. Because of the distance, normally your feet are open, and it's easy to get my leg out. So if I was already here, and you backed up.
So this is as I'm putting the knee in.
Definitely. So when I'm here,
to put the knee in.
we put the knee in. So I'm going to turn for that windshield wiper. I bring my leg over, and I want to do the same thing. I'm going to hop away, and then I'm going to go over the same way, just like we did before with the butterfly hook. So we'll see it again, different angle. So I already got here, and then he adjusted, and he put that knee in. And he's going to start to drive me down, lots of things. So as soon as I feel that, look how I adjust there. I turn, and that gives me the windshield wiper. By doing that hip motion, there I am. And just like the previous cartwheel, I want to hop away. Sometimes he keeps the connection here. As I move, he keeps there. No problem. I come up and over, and then there I am. Okay, I wanted to take this time to go over a little bit of the intricacies of the movement. And I'm just going to use a heavy bag here. One, because it's easy for me to demonstrate the technique, but this is also a great drilling tool. If you have a heavy bag or a grappling dummy, you know, a lot of times you won't get training partners that are going to stay around after class or come in early. And so this is a particular technique that you can use the heavy bag for, and it's really easy and very beneficial. I also want to talk a little bit about what this technique is integral if you're going to use this kind of pummel pass. You're going to have a lot of opportunities to jump over, and a lot of people are going to dismiss it right away. They're going to say, I'm not athletic, I'm not acrobatic, it's not going to work for me. I am not a big fan of jumping, reverse, flying, omoplata. I'm not a fan of all the flashy kind of stuff. I like to be safe, and I like to do techniques that if they go wrong, I'm still in a good position, I can move forward. And I don't want to expose myself. And I'm also particularly not incredibly athletic. I'm not incredibly acrobatic. But this technique, it's easy to do. A lot of times people just don't attempt it because they write it off right away. Keep your mind open. Give it a try. Drill it. See that it's actually like, I can do this. And then you're going to realize how much success you can have with it. And you can really get a step ahead anybody, whether they're big or small, but especially the big guys, because we want to use our agility as much as we can, even if agility isn't our main quality. Let's take a look. So imagine this is my partner, and you got to kind of imagine his legs here. This is his body. I have my pummel, my head's in position, my base is out, and he has my leg. This hand would be right here on the pants. One thing I'm going to do is a motion I call like a windshield wiper. I want to pull my heel to my butt, and I want to turn this way just to get that bottom leg off. So now when I come back, I'm just sitting on my partner's knee across, not the hook with his leg entwined with mine. So I actually want to go this way, which kind of pulls him out, and it's also a slight change of direction, which again is going to help to throw my partner off, and it's going to help to make this technique a lot harder to defend. So I want a windshield wiper out here. I want to hop, and then I'm going to come up, and I want to turn and land here. Don't land on your hip or your butt. Land on your feet with my weight on my shoulder. I should have the arm here, the leg here. I'm going to back up, knee inside. One more time. Windshield wiper out. He's lifting me. Hop this way, and then I want to come all the way up. I want to turn. I'm landing on my toes. I'm stiff arming. I'm backing up. Knee goes in. Cross face. There I am. Now, something else that I use if the legs are closed. So sometimes when you put that knee in, you're able to lock your feet up. And I'm not able to do that windshield wiper. And me sometimes turning my hip, you're strong enough to, I can't smash you down with my hip. So one thing that I'll do is I want to back away a little bit, and I want to put this hand right in his hip. And I just want to use my palm, and I should feel his hip bone. And then this hand can go one of two places. I can go right here, which is where I usually put it, right on the bicep. Sometimes I will hold here if I feel like he's really going to threaten with a, because I want to stand up a little bit, with a full guard recovery. So maybe if I had trained with him before or fought him before and he had put me in the closed guard.
So if you're holding up here and you stand up.
When I stand, sometimes that can happen.
Right.
So if I think that's a possibility, I will control here. Most of the time, 1, 2. And what I'm going to do is when I pop up, I'm just going to drive this way, and look, my elbow comes in. And so I'm not just going to maul through it here. I'm just going to come here. Now when I go back, my body is going to protect against that knee, and I'm kind of peeling it off. And now I'm back into this position or the pommel, and I'm ready to pass. And what's funny about this is, again, I'm not saying I invented this. Nobody ever taught it to me. I just kind of learned it. And the place that I learned it, I always thought was kind of funny. I actually learned this by watching beginners. We would be doing like half guard passing drills, and I would be in your position. I'd be on bottom. And these are people who didn't know, one, that they were even in half guard. They didn't know what it was. And all they would really do was they would just kind of like this, like they just wanted to get away from me. And at first I was really frustrated, like, man, how come I can't hang on to this guy's leg? He's just running away from me. And then I started thinking about it more and more and more and more and more. And I started to adapt it because it was actually really frustrating for me. And so I kind of built it up through this. And then I would see other competitors and other people doing things that were similar at very specific times, and I kind of put this together. So again, when this happens and the legs are locked, that's the opportunity for me to do this as opposed to the cartwheel. If the legs were open, I'd go for the cartwheel. So 1, 2, I'm going to pop to my feet, and I pop and drive right away. Boom. I drive that in, and now I want to come back here. So I blocked his knee out. 1, 2 for the pass.